Okay, we're here today to talk about dating one-on-one. That's right. So many times we're dating and we're going from guy to guy and we can't get past the first date. You know, the guy never wants to take you on date number 2. Well, I want to talk to you today about dating one-on-one. And the first thing I want to talk to you about is respecting yourself. You have to respect yourself. You have to carry yourself as a lady, you know. Guys are going to treat you however you treat yourself, you know. If you let them know that you're easy, like you're good for nothing but just a lay, then that's what they're going to do for you. But you have to respect yourself and let a guy know that you're special and that you should be, you're worthy of the date. You're worthy to be wined and dined, taken out to dance or to eat or to the movies or wherever it is you want to go, picnic or I don't know, a concert. I don't know what your idea of a great date is, but wherever it is you want to go. First of all, you have to carry yourself with confidence. You have to carry yourself with class. There has to be some pizzazz about you, some spunk, some that extra something that guys look for. They have to be able to look at you and say, wow, ooh, she's fine, she's bomb, or she's awesome, or she's cute, or she's special. Definitely has to be a special factor there. You know, don't just let a guy come to your house and say, oh, well, we're just going to watch movies. Or you go to his house. He says, oh, come on, I want to take you out. I want to treat you good. You get to his house and all you want to do is stay at the house and watch movies. That's the #1 no-no. Date #1 should not be a movie in the house date, because if that's what it is, that's what it will always be, and a guy will never take you out. Don't let guys run game on you. You know, some guys run lines. They know what to say, you know, to lead you on and to get you to give up the goods, basically. But you have to hold on to that cupcake and do not give it up no matter what. Keep that cupcake up in the cabinet until it's time to give up the cupcake. You know, if you're the one who's putting all the efforts into, you know, trying to set up a date, trying to go on a date, trying to be with this guy, and this guy isn't putting any efforts into it, you might reconsider this particular guy for date material. This might be one fish that you want to throw back. You know, go ahead, go fishing, pull out another one. He's not the right one, because if you always have to force the relationship, always have to call him, always got to try to get in contact with him, you know, if he will lie to you, stand you up, leave you waiting for him to show up for dates, and, you know, unless he has some major excuse about, you know, why, you know, he didn't show up and you really believe it, you know, if he called, you know, when he was supposed to be on his way, you know, even if you have a problem, your car break down, your grandma's sick, somebody died, you could call and be like, you know what, I'm sorry, I have to cancel, you know, we will do this again. I definitely want to go on a date with you. But if they just leave you hanging, don't so much as even bother call you, or if you can't believe that what they're saying is true, throw them back. It's not even worth your time. Don't waste your time. You know, don't be with a guy that's controlling or possessive, because, you know, that can lead to abuse. A lot of girls are in an abusive relationship, violent relationship, where guys are beating on them, choking them out, putting their hands on them, slapping them up. You know, they can't go nowhere. They can't wear the clothes that they love to wear. They can't hang out with their friends. They can't basically do nothing that's fun, because this guy's so controlling and abusive. You know, watch for that, you know. And don't you be over, you know, possessive, controlling, and bossy. Oh, as soon as a guy takes you out on a date, now you owe him, you know. You own him. Like, he can't go anywhere. Where you at? What you doing? Why you didn't call me? You know, come on. Guys don't want to deal with that. Like, if you really want a guy to like you and you want the relationship to go farther, to actually go somewhere, you want to build something with a guy, you think he's, you know, fine, and you might want to have his kids, or you might want to build a family, or maybe you just want to date him for years and years. I don't know what your whole plan is for your future, but if you want the relationship to go somewhere, then you can't be controlling, because that's one thing that will make a guy just walk away and leave you, like never even call you back. You're like, man, I wonder what happened. Like, he just never called me back again. Like, no, nobody wants to deal with that. And I'm pretty sure you probably like stopped talking to guys because of that. You know, like maybe they were too controlling. Maybe they like, you know, always at your door. Don't be a stalker, you know, standing back looking at them from a distance, you know, sending your private investigator to take pictures of them, your friends to call them. Oh, pretend like you're another girl, see if he'll talk to you. Don't waste your time. Like, if you can't trust a guy, let it go. It's not going to work, you know. You know, you need to be able to give your guy freedom, because you're going to want freedom. You know, you're going to want to go places, do things. You don't want to have to be tied down, you know. Don't deal with a liar. Don't even waste your time dealing with a liar. You know, just go ahead and move on right away. You know, if somebody's going to lie to you, like, a relationship that's built on lies cannot last. It cannot stand. Like, you will not have happiness. You will have a lot of turmoil, sadness, depression, because they'll always be lying to you. Oh, babe, I'll be home at 5. Come home at 10. You know, or don't come home at all. You know, you can see them next week. Oh, I'm going to call you in an hour. Never call you. Like, come on. Like, you know right away this guy's playing games. This guy's not serious. You know, don't even invest your time. You know, your time is your life. You know, you're spending your time with somebody. Once it's gone, it's gone. You can spend 10 years with a person and you guys break up, it doesn't work out. You just wasted 10 years of your life. Now you're 10 years old. I don't know, you're 30, 40 years old, 50 years old. You know, you're not getting those years back. Now, it's going to be hard to get with somebody else. Like, you need to, like, make wise choices right now while you're dating, you know. Make sure that the guy likes you for you and not for what you could give him. You know, maybe you have nice things, house, car, money, you know, and the guy might be trying to get with you just so he can drive your car. Maybe he's homeless, needs somewhere to stay. Maybe he knows that you'll take care of him. You know, he don't have no money, he don't got no job. He don't have a plan getting a job. Like, nah, you don't want to deal with that. You want to get with a guy who's bringing something to the table, just like you're bringing something to the table. You both bring something to the table. This is what you bring. It makes a good relationship. Don't be unequally yoked with unbelievers. Like, you guys need to believe equally about your future, your goals, your plans. You know, you both believe in building it up and making something happen. You need to get with a mover and a shaker. You don't need to get with nobody who just like a leech, want to suck you dry, suck all the life out of you. Don't waste your time. Don't even bother, you know. You need to just move right along, you know, because you won't be happy. Never get with a guy because of the things that he has, though. Getting in a relationship for stability, you know, when I was younger, I used to believe either you get in a relationship for stability or you get in a relationship with love. You get in a relationship for love, you know, it won't, you know, you're not going to have anything because they don't have anything. If you get in a relationship with stability, you can fall in love. I used to think that, but I don't think that anymore. I think that you must have love, because if you have love, you can build from the ground. You can make your way up to the top. You know, if you just get with somebody for stability, you can have all the things in the world and still not be happy. Like, you know, after those things fade away, after you lose things, you know, after this person loses their ability to provide for you or to bring you stability, you don't have any love. You know what I mean? Like, you need to get in a relationship with somebody who you love, even if you guys have nothing, just so you can build and work your way up to the top. But just make sure that this person has goals, plans for their future, and they're not just, you know, a person that's not going anywhere. You know, some people, you could just kind of tell where they're going because they're not talking about anything. If they're not talking about anything, that's a sign. They're not marriage material. And dating is courtship. It's preparation for marriage. If you're dating, you should be wanting to get married at some point. Maybe you're young, 17, 18, you don't want to get married for 5 years. That's cool. But if you're dating, you should be dating someone you're thinking, like, maybe this guy could be a husband. Why waste your time just being with somebody just to be with them? You could be doing something else with your time. Make sure the guy is intimate. He doesn't have intimacy issues. You know, sometimes people have been through things in their past. You know, check with their family. See what they're like with their mother, their sisters, their brothers. If a guy respects his sisters and his mothers, a guy will respect you. You know, see how he treats them. Does he love them? Does he care about them? Does he check up on them? Does he not care? See if a guy hates women. There's a such thing as a narcissist. You should look it up, because there's some guys who get into your life just to tear you down, just to bring you down, just to make you feel sad because they hate women. You need to be careful about that. But that's a whole nother story. I'll do another video on that. Just leave it in the inbox if you do want me to do a video on narcissism. I know about that. But anyway, back on dating, you know, don't get with a guy that's materialistic as well, because he might just only want you for the things that you can give him. He'll never really love you. Like, you want a guy that's going to love you for who you are. You want a guy who's going to make you feel good and make you feel special. You know, you don't need somebody that's putting you down, you know, criticizing you, making you feel bad. No, you want somebody that's going to make you feel special. You don't want somebody that's closed. Like, when I say closed and open, like, it reminds me of my job. Like, we have to ask either closed questions or open questions. A closed question is like, do you want to go to the store? That's like a yes or no question. You don't want to ask a closed question. You don't want a guy that when you guys communicate, that's how you communicate, is to close. His communication with you is closed. You want a guy who's open. He could just open up and pour his heart out to you. When you say, what do you think about me? He said, I think that you're the most beautiful woman in the world. I can't imagine my life without you. You know, I see that you're bright, you're beautiful, you have a good heart. You want a guy that could go into details, you know, so that you can, you know, your hearts can bond and connect. You don't want a guy who's closed, because that means that he's been hurt to the point where he don't want to open up and share with you, and you'll never have intimacy. And truthfully, this relationship will never work. You'll spend 5 years trying to get the guy to open up to you. Why waste time when you can get with somebody who's already open? Okay, these are my ideas, my tips for dating one-on-one. Have fun, ladies, and meet a great guy. Look for Mr. Right.